Hey, I'm Marcus.
I'm Matrax.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, January 26, 2023, and you can find this 185 podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find a podcast in the galaxy far, far away.
You can also find every single Working Class Nerds episode on YouTube. Just search for the Working Class Nerds podcast or go to youtube.com/MarcusB814. Click on playlist, click on Working Class Nerds, and boom! Every episode, past and present, right at your fingertips.
And you can watch me completely fail at video games Tuesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814.
And you can watch me play video games every single Monday night at twitch.tv/NickVern51.
We're all on the social medias. I'm at MarcusB814.
I am Matrax_A.
And I'm Nick Vern, that's NACKVR. And in this week's episode, our guest is an amazing Twitch streamer. Some call him the Emperor of Destiny Emblems, and of course, is an all-around awesome guy. So welcome to the show, Bruine, and what have you been up to?
Thank you so much, fellas. What I have been up to mainly is what y'all know me for, right? Destiny 2 content creation, Destiny 2 everything. Like it's the video game that became a lifestyle essentially, you know. And now we are out here 7 days a week on Twitch, just making sure people have a place to go when they have a long day, you know, a place where they can have fun. It's for everybody, young, old, good, bad. It doesn't matter. You bring some good vibes, and that's all we ask for, you know. And now over time, I can really see the people, the Bruine family, as we call each other, like really become a solid group of people that have the same mindset, you know. And then on the side, everybody enjoys the 420 as well, obviously. But that's just a little side joke that everybody mainly laughs about, you know. But yeah.
Yes.
You know, what's funny is I never thought originally Destiny 2 would be such a big community. And then once I started playing the game, I realized that the community is giant. It's like Guild Wars 2 or World of Warcraft or
ginormous,
you know,
yes.
any of these giant live service game communities. And then when you actually like get in there and you start meeting people, you're like, holy shit, there's people everywhere that are doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like Destiny has such a tight-knit group of people, but at the same time, there's so many people that it's hard to meet people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of like living in a city almost.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Where
Where like the
there's so
SWTOR
many
community
people.
is so tight-knit. It's like
A
playing
village.
SWTOR is like living in the country versus playing Destiny and doing content creation in Destiny is like living in a big city, like New York City. Millions, not New York, Boston, and there's millions of people, and you know, it's like you're just like a little needle in a haystack, and then as time goes on, you meet awesome people, and it just grows from there.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, where are you from?
I am from the land called, I'll call it Europe. I'm from the land of Europe, and the smallest part you can find, it's called the Netherlands. Little small country, a lot of rain, y'all heard of the Netherlands, how small it is. It's populated by, what is it now? I think 17 million people or so in our whole country. You know, y'all have states that overpass that easily.
Cities.
But you know, I've been born here and raised here now. Will be 31 in 3 weeks from now. Always been here.
All right.
It's not too bad. Like obviously, Corona did globally a whole thing as well in the Netherlands. This was a whole big thing too. And it left some impacts, not only for me, for a lot of people, so I still see people bounce back from that. And yeah, you got to keep your head up, like it's for everybody. But when it comes down really to the Netherlands, I think we did all right here, like it was an impact for everybody, but still, like, I think we did all right here. And now we what I mainly wait for in the Netherlands is the sun. Obviously, that's a very rare thing to have here. So it's a very rainy country.
Yeah.
So the summer times are very, very powerful, but very short. So then when it's winter, like you'll see snow, it's freezing, it's cold, it's in the minus degrees. But then when it's summer, it will hit like 40 for me. That's for y'all. It's like 112 or 113. So it's like super cold and super hot. And then in the meantime, in the mean season switch is a lot of rain. But you get used to it, and it's not all too bad. And the beautiful thing of living in Europe, I've been around a US audience now for a year, and the big difference too, what's really beautiful about Europe, I think, is if you take your car and you take an 8-hour drive, you drive through 3 countries or 4, and you have so much culture and so much different stuff going on. And then in the US, you can drive 8 hours or 10. You will always be in the US, still in different types of areas and such, but it's still the same country,
Yes, very similar culture still. Like some differences, but nothing dramatic, like a whole different country.
Yeah, more like dialect-wise, how you speak or something like this.
Yeah.
Well, I know that feeling about, really quick, Marcus, I know that feeling about like driving too. I drove 17 hours south, and I was only in 2 different states, one being my home state and then California. Whereas I'm sure for you, like 17 hours would be so many different states, which I kind of wish I lived in an area that would allow me to do that, because that was not fun.
Yeah,
no, I can see that. Yeah,
where Nick and I are from in Mass, we tend to people tell us that we have an accent compared to other parts of the country, and
I don't really think we do.
We do though. That's
I mean, not sound like it.
Not. I mean, we have the same accent as like A-Trax.
Yeah,
and he's from Oregon.
I'm from the West Coast,
right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Oregon.
Yeah.
Maybe we just speak differently.
Well, I mean, like, compared to the south of the country, we definitely speak differently. But like, I don't know, compared to like the
English
general.
So English is English.
I will say, sometimes
I
I hear the influence. As I just talk over Nick. Sometimes I hear the influence.
You should always talk
like when
over
you
Nick.
say stuff like "ka" or stuff
we
like
say
that.
it on purpose sometimes.
I know.
Besides the Boston accent.
Yeah,
but like, we say "wicked" all the time. That's
wicked
that got stuck in there. But
yeah.
What was I going to say, Bruine? What is your favorite soccer team or football team? I should say, because there's a lot of great football players from the Netherlands.
From the Netherlands or globally?
Well, globally, what's your favorite team? I guess. If you have a club team that you follow.
So soccer, very, very big thing in the Netherlands, obviously.
Yeah.
World Cups, we're always out there, so it's a very big thing, and we also have a lot of team stuff happening. Personally, for me, I'm not really like if our city wins, I'll clap, and then if the other city wins, I'll clap as well. For me, it won't really have an impact so much, but like I would watch if the Netherlands is playing World Cups if I have some time for it, or like my friends will be like, we'll do a barbecue and we'll watch the game. Yeah, sure, it's the Netherlands, like that's pretty cool, but besides that. No, not really invented into soccer. But my favorite team to pick on FIFA back in the day was Brazil. But that was pure because of Ronaldinho, obviously. That was just it.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I was honestly fishing for a Liverpool fan because I know.
Okay, yeah. They ain't bad. I see the names are up there in the cups a little bit, but.
Yes.
Yeah, as I said, like for me, if A wins or B wins or C wins, I'll go to bed with the same feeling and just it won't really have a let me down if they lose or something,
Yeah, totally get it.
It's a cool thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. So A-Trax, what have you been up to?
Thank you so much for asking, Nick. I mentioned last week that the Blast Premier Spring groups was going to be starting. And Phase, Vitality, and G2, all teams that I watch closely for professional CSGO, Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And all of my teams have not lost any of their series, despite dropping a couple maps here and there. So for me, it has been a wonderful week. FaZe with their stand-in still popping off, still doing great. Vitality
Wow.
and G2
That's good.
showing a lot of solid performances, lots of 2-0s, only dropping a couple maps to really the higher echelon teams. So Blast Premier is going great for me.
Here's a question. So in the leagues, do they pick, they say, hey, this year's league is only going to play these 5 maps? Or is it random and all of them are fair play?
So Valve decides which maps are in the competitive map pool.
Okay.
And they rotate them. I don't know what the schedule is. They just, sometimes there's maps in, sometimes there's maps out. From
every
how I
tournament, or does it? I'm sorry.
No, it's like every year.
Okay.
Maybe
So like one
maybe every
season.
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I think in the past couple of years they've had some pretty significant map changes and maps being removed from the map pool. My favorite map, Train, got removed because it was the least played. I think that's usually how they do it. Whatever map is the least played in competitive, they take it out and then they put in a different one. So my favorite map, Train, got taken out, but the new map that got replaced by it, Ancient, is actually pretty fun. And then I forget what Anubis replaced, but there's a new map in competitive called Anubis. Anubis. And I think this is the second tournament with Anubis. So maps do cycle fairly regularly, I guess. But yeah, super, super enjoying Blast Premier because all my teams are winning. How can I not enjoy that?
That I understand completely.
That's great.
Yeah, when your teams lose, it's really, really hard to watch.
Well, no.
You
So
almost pick a different team.
I agree with you. For me, like if the game is a good game and it like comes down to the wire and your team loses, you're like, yes, okay, it sucks that my team lost, but it was a good game. But when you go out
close.
and you watch a game and it's like 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, and your team can't even score a point, and you're like, fuck. Like, this is hard to watch. Like, guys, are you guys using like Fisher Price keyboards? Like, step up your game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're like, I could play better than these fucking guys. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Like, how did he not make that shot? Because he would have been shooting through a wall. But when you're like cheering on your team, you don't see that stuff.
Yeah, the gamer chair gamers. Oh,
Yeah.
I could do better sitting here.
Yeah.
The chair.
Exactly.
Speaking of doing better, I'm replaying one of my favorite games of all time, Neo 2, and it has improved my mood because I'm just happy to be enjoying that game again. It's been long enough to where I kind of know how to play it, but I get punished because I think that I know too much, and then, forgot about that mechanic, dead. Got to run it back all the way through to the next checkpoint or something like that. But I really love the art style, and I love the combat in that game. It's so beautiful.
And I love the fact that you have the time to replay a game. I'm so fucking envious of that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I played Call of Duty on my lunch break today, so
I fucking
Yeah.
hate you too.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You know what you could... Go ahead.
no, I'm just gonna give context for Bruine. I live like 8 minutes from where I work, and I get an hour for lunch, so I just come home, eat
Amazing.
something, play
I did that back
a
in the
game
day
or two,
too.
and then
Yeah,
go
I
back
did
to
that
work.
back in the day too. I live like 10 minutes from home, so just in break, go home real quick and just play 2 games of Destiny and go back to work. Yeah, 100% with you.
Exactly, and it's like, all right, I'm in a great mood. I don't care how crappy work is. I just play video games.
Yeah, I got a couple hours of work left.
Right.
Absolutely.
I usually try to wait to take my break too until like later in the day, so you go back and it's like 2 hours and not like actually half and half.
That's the power. That's the power move.
Right. Like I
Yeah.
usually wait to take lunch until like 1, ish.
That's when
and
I
go
take
back
lunch
for
too.
2, and then it's like 2.5 hours. And like that last 20 minutes, you're not doing anything anyway. So
As late as I am legally allowed to take my lunch, that's when I'm taking my lunch.
yeah, I would do that in the ER too. Well, especially working 12-hour shifts. That really felt way better to do. Like wait, and then you're like, oh, I only have 3 hours left.
Yeah. And you still, in some cases, you still have like an extra break. So you
right,
could,
your little 15-minute like go get a coffee type of thing.
yeah, exactly. Good times taking breaks and playing video games. That's the way to go. The
Absolutely.
Switch is great for that too. That's another great thing about the Switch. Just bring it, play it on your lunch break, even if you got half an hour. Couple rounds of Mario Kart. You can get a cup done in a half
20
hour.
In a
minutes.
lunch break?
Yeah,
of course.
absolutely.
100%.
Do not put it on 200cc though.
No. Just no.
Nope.
Just saying. I've tried it and it's ridiculously tough. It's crazy.
Yeah.
150 and I get like top 5, but I'm like, and if I win, it's actually I actually tried hard, and then
Hard
200,
fought, yeah.
200, forget it. I always suck.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
way
Yeah,
too-
I haven't
it's
figured it out either.
pretty difficult, yeah.
Absolutely.
So, wait, tell me about this game. Neo
Okay,
2?
so Neo 2 is it's a Souls-like.
Okay.
And instead of being open world, it's done in episodes.
Okay.
And each, how do I describe it? So
An episode is like a chapter.
yes, but it's displayed on a map. And so there are main missions and then there are sub-missions. And the
That's a
map
great gun.
changes based on which missions you do in which order. So it's kind of like which episodes you do, or which, like, so they'll have like 1-1, and then there'll be like 1-1A. And if you don't do 1-1A before you do 1-1, then the world kind of changes and whatnot. It doesn't really affect the game a whole lot other than loot and some other stuff. But it's a Souls-like, it's, done in episodes, which is great because you can go through one and play for an hour or something, and then you don't have that feeling of like, oh man, I have to just keep going and going. You can save it, be done, come back in, a day or two, and then play and enjoy it. I really enjoy it. This is going to be my second playthrough. So I'm using different weapons. There's multiple different weapon sets that obviously scale based on stats, kind of like Souls-like. The last time I used the Switchglaive, which is like kind of a magic weapon. This time I'm using the dual swords and the dual hatchets. And yeah, that's all I've got so far. I'm going to play it for a little bit longer and hopefully write some sort of more formal review as I go through again and
What was it
really
called again?
dive into it. Neo 2.
NIOH.
and then 2?
NIOH. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
NIOH 2. There is one NIOH Neo, which is I've played that. It is a lot more bare bones, and
Oh,
I mean it's the
yeah.
first one, so it's a little bit
Never played
more
it, but-
unforgiving. Still enjoyable, but I think 2 is a very, very big step up, and I highly recommend it for anybody to throw on their wish list.
I've
And
seen
that's
this game.
Souls type?
Yeah, it's a Souls-like game. So, when you die,
Difficulty
you
is
go
there.
back. Yeah, the difficulty is definitely there.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you found any good sales for games lately? I know you're always on
Always.
the prowl.
I am always on the hunt for sales. Thank you again, Nick, for asking. Oh, asking such great questions today.
It's almost as if I know what you want to talk about.
Yeah, it's almost like you've got bullet points to look at. So yes, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, $15 on Steam. That's all 3 Mass Effect games for $15. Yours to own on Steam right now until February 2nd. So that'll be next Thursday. So
It's pretty much free.
yeah, by the
Yeah.
time we're recording the next episode, I mean, $5 for each Mass Effect game remastered and all of that. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
All the DLC and everything, it's
Worth
a
it.
steal. Yeah,
I
It's a
think
steal, yeah.
I might.
Absolutely.
I think I might buy that because I Speaking of being able to
too.
able to replay games, I mean, we've talked about the Mass Effect series. Marcus is the biggest fan in the room here, but I'd love to replay that on my free time.
Yeah, I do too.
Me too.
Wait a minute, Red Dead Redemption 2? Did you just talk about that or not yet?
I have not, but thank you again, Nick, bringing up so many great points. I love it. You are on fire tonight. Let's go. Red Dead Redemption 2, 70% off, $20 USD for the standard edition, $30 for the ultimate edition, which comes with, I think it's mostly just like online stuff and costumes.
Yeah. But here's the thing. If you haven't played Red Dead 2, the game itself is amazing. Like, I didn't beat it, but I played enough of it to go, wow. Like, they took all of the awesomeness of Grand Theft Auto and made it better. Like, I honestly think Red Dead is better than the Grand Theft Autos.
And
I think so too.
To your point, Marcus, a couple episodes ago, we had SM Playboy talking about GTA RP. Now people are doing Red Dead Redemption 2 RP. So if you're interested in RP, you want to be a cowboy, sign up for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, no, that's
$30. You can get everything. And my last sale, the Hitman series, various sales, not a series that I really played a whole lot, but I've seen it go on sale a lot. And so I thought that I would mention it and see what the community thought, if anybody plays it, if anybody's interested in it. And maybe we can start a dialogue about the Hitman games too, because that's been a very big series for a long time now. And it's one of the few game series that I don't really know a whole lot about, other than there were movies that were made about it, and it's about a hitman. So,
I also heard, Atrax, that now you have a little bit more time for the Discord, that random watch parties are going to be making a comeback.
Yes, random watch parties will be making a comeback at some point. Probably going to start with Counter-Strike, Blast Premiere. Maybe we'll do it this weekend, or I don't know, some other time. But yes, you are absolutely right.
I remember being at work and I would see all of a sudden you pop in and like a couple other people pop in, and then I would go back like an hour and a half later and you guys are still sitting in voice channel watching this. I'm like, man, they've been in there all day.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. So
throw it up on your second monitor while you're playing some games and all that good stuff.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to that because I like those too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hop in. I mean, if I'm free, especially at work, I can I usually watch something, half watch, half listen while I'm working at the office anyway, like on my phone. And then, so I could totally tune into a watch party.
Yeah. Learn some good old CSGO. I can get you addicted to that.
Sure. I'd be if it plays similar to Valorant, I've realized that I'm terrible at that, but
it plays similar, but I think it's more enjoyable. It's not as, I don't know. It's more Call of Duty-ish. It feels more Call of Duty-ish than Valorant.
Then I probably like it more then, because I tried Valorant, but I really didn't. I'm like, this is clunky.
Yeah.
And I feel like no matter what I do, I can't get out of the way or move properly, you know?
It's a lot more tactical and fleshed out. In Valorant, it's just kind of like, all right, well, throw all your abilities, but be aware of the other people's abilities. And you're like, well, what abilities do they have? In CSGO, it's like, all right, just be aware that they can throw flashbangs at you from weird angles. They'll throw smoke grenades to block your vision, and watch out for mollies and regular grenades. All right, good luck.
Granada!
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, Marcus, how's it been going with you?
Everything has been going good. You guys got to mind me a little bit. I started work today at 5 a.m. and I worked until about 8 p.m. So 7:30 p.m. So it's been a long day. But Tuesday, so I was going to play. We were getting ready for clan night, and all of a sudden I get these messages like, Destiny is down. Destiny is down. It's not going to be back. Will it be back? Will it be back? No, it's not going to be back. So ended up that the game was shut down for almost a whole day because they fucked up their code. And the way they explained it was they were injecting parts of the game from like 2 years ago and it was just deleting people's progress on everything. And they completely fucked up the game. So A, somebody probably lost their job. B, the game was down for a day. And C, it allowed me to play Call of Duty for a night. So we kind of did like a Call of Duty clan night. And I am when I stream or play games, I'm very like, I don't want to say humble because that's not the word, but I'm like chill and I like to have fun and I don't bring it. But when I play Call of Duty, I am the most toxic human being fucking alive. Okay.
That's
so
funny.
I try real hard not to swear, and I was doing good, and I was like purposely not swearing, going, "Gee willikers, he killed me."
Yeah, that lasted all of 25 seconds.
Give me the benefit of the doubt. It was like 2 minutes. Okay,
right.
It was. I made it like 2 minutes, and then some fucking cock came around the shipment corner and shot me in the face, and I was like, "You fucking dark, dirty whore," or something bullshit like that. Everybody's laughing, and I'm like,
"You're like, you fucking dirty whore." I was like,
yeah,
well, that's a good way to break your not.
Yeah, so like I totally just fucking went full toxic. Like Call of Duty and me are just, it's amazing, but yet I bring fucking, I can't handle it because Call of Duty is very much like gameplay, like gunplay, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Where like Destiny, you have moves you can do, like abilities, and like going from Destiny to Call of Duty, yes, it's a first-person shooter, but they both play very differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Destiny, if you come across somebody in PvP, it's more of a dance. To like
right.
Your ability, my ability, your abilities, shooting, not whatever. Versus Call of Duty, it's like you just pre-shoot the corner that you know they're going to come out at or whatever.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just instant death, and then you or you jump over their pre-firing or slide under it or something, and you get the angle.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Or you get killed and respawn, and you respawn close enough, you know where they are, and you go and shoot them in the back.
Or you get spawned and they're right in front of, like they spawn you on top of them. That was the thing about this time playing Call of Duty. The spawning was terrible.
Yeah, we had a round that was particularly bad, but
yeah. But the cool thing about playing COD with the community, like I had a night off Destiny, so like everybody rallied to come hang out with me and play a video game that wasn't Destiny. Mm-hmm. And everybody was there, and it was great except one person, but it's okay. They watched, My Little Pony movie for like the 50th time, and he missed it, but that's okay. It's okay. So the cool
such
part,
a jerk. You can't not give context.
That's what I do.
Atrax had movie night with his family, and so he couldn't come hang out. Although he's normally available, every other time he's not working. So the one time Atrax has a prior engagement, Marcus is like, I can't believe he's not here.
Yeah, literally the only night I ever schedule, I never plan anything, is Tuesday night. And Destiny's down. Call of Duty. You can't make it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I had to talk shit.
Of course.
But anyway, I had a lot of blast, and something cool that happened was, because I mostly played Destiny with the community, when you start playing COD and people start jumping in the game that you don't even know play the game, it ends up being a really fun time because it's lighthearted and everybody's like, hell, I fucking play Call of Duty. Let me go in. And then I remember LJ jumped. We were like, LJ, come play. He's like, no, I'm working. And we were like, dude, you play Call of Duty. We're playing Call of Duty. Don't work for an hour and go back to work. Like, come play with us. So he did. It was awesome. Goldie came too. Ven. I don't know. It was just a great, fun, not relaxing night because of the toxicity, Marcus, that came out. Over the weekend. So as I mentioned last week, I've been invited to a day one raid team. As you guys know, I'm a terrible player, but I'm starting to learn how to play the game. So I've been invited to a day one team. Now, all of these 5 players, like, let's say if the best player in the world is level 100, I'm probably like a level 15, and everybody else is at least like a level 80. So like the balance, like the quality of player is way different than me, but I still am super excited that they asked me to join, because I will say that's the one thing. Well, no, second thing. where like I've never been a part of a game on expansion day or raid day like Destiny. Like when SWTOR released an expansion, like I was excited and you logged in, but it wasn't like Destiny. You know what I mean? Like when the new story campaign comes out, you're like hooked on it. Yeah. And like you want to be there the second it goes live and you want to play it the second it goes live. And what Destiny does for their raids on the first day of the raid that it releases, you have 24 hours to clear it. And whoever clears it the first gets like wrestling belts. It's fucking pretty rad. Like, obviously, I would never get a wrestling belt, but like, you can tell my team I said this, and I told them because we went to Vow of the Disciple raid. That was the last raid that released. No, 2 raids ago. 2 raids ago that released. We went day 1, and we didn't clear the first boss, or the first encounter, and like this time, I want to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want to win the first boss. Like if we go in there and win the first boss, like they're like, we're going to clear the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, whatever. If we clear the first boss, that's going to be like getting the wrestling belt for me. And just the fact that I was asked and I'm going to have the opportunity to be there is fucking beautiful. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm super thankful. Tomorrow night, which is Friday, which you guys probably won't hear this until it's already over with.
Yep,
probably.
Oh, 100%. Because 100%. But anyway, so tomorrow night I am playing my first ever horror game on stream. I'm doing a bonus stream. Oh, yes. So back in 2008 or 2009, there was a game that came out called Dead Space, and I always thought the concept of, like, I love sci-fi, like going to a ship that's completely abandoned for some reason and there's a distress signal and you go to it, all hell breaks loose. It always fascinated me, but I didn't realize how scary the fucking game would be for me because I don't like horror at all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do well at this. Like, it's not good. So, at all. So, when they announced that they were remaking it, because I haven't played a lot of horror games, but Dead Space, like, it has a special place in my heart. So I'm going to stream it tomorrow night. I'm not going to beat it on stream or anything like that, or maybe I will. I don't know. But I am going to play it tomorrow for a one-off stream game because they say it's even more scary. And now there's something that in 2008 I didn't have, which is a Twitch channel.
Yep.
And and Atrax and Nick have been egging me on for a while to do this. So the other night, Atrax and I set up our channel points and some like jump scare stuff you can do. And my channel points are all revolved around shutting off lights. So like every time somebody redeems a channel point, I'll just keep making it darker and darker until there's no lights. And then there's one mega channel upgrade for me to shut off my second monitor, which I won't be able to see chat, which would probably be good too because I'll be fucking terrified.
Yeah.
And
then you won't see
monitor,
the jump scares coming either.
I was gonna say, yeah, and then somebody redeems like a bits or whatever that makes the jump scare noise.
I'm gonna die. I'm legit gonna die tomorrow.
How many channel points is to shut off the monitor?
I'm not telling anybody. That's just, you're going to have to show. You're going to have to show.
Nick, you're a mod. You can go check that.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
I haven't even made it yet. I'm not releasing it until I go live.
You don't know.
No, I know exactly how many it's going to be. It's going to be redeemable, but the second monitor shut off is only going to be for like 5 minutes.
Right.
Just because of like chat and
you
stuff.
got to see the chat. Yeah.
But like, once that monitor goes off, I'm going to be fucking terrified.
Truly alone.
It's only for
black
5 minutes.
Bro, you don't understand how scared I get. Like that, like, and I'm only going to be wearing
this build up.
Yeah, and all the headphones, like my anxiety is good. It's like getting a tattoo. Your anxiety is through the roof, and all the lights off, and I'm going to be all alone. And
all about the content, Marcus. It's all about the content.
You know what would be great? You should leave the door open behind you, and then let like your dog come in or something and scare the shit out of you.
Carrie said that she's going to come down in the middle of it when all the lights are off and come sneak in and tap on my shoulder because I can't hear.
Right.
Really?
I was just texting Nick that we should get her to do that.
Oh yeah, I'll totally do that.
So anyway, then something really cool, like the first time ever this has ever happened to me, a community member, Arkin, Enigma, gifted me a game. I've never been gifted a game before, like through Twitch, like that kind of community. He gave me a game called Dark Tide. It's a Warhammer 40K game.
Ooh.
Now, years ago, I played a game called Dawn of War and Dawn of War 2. Okay. Those games, like Atrax, they're real-time strategy games, but it's not like StarCraft where it's like typing games. This is more of like an RPG. The fucking games were amazing. Like, I was kind of terrible at them then. I should try now, but like, I loved the story. Like, it was so interactive, and like you control these space marines and they're in these giant suits, and one guy's got like a chainsaw and he's just cutting people up through the fucking game. So
Jesus,
this is set in the
Warhammer universe or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this is set in the Warhammer universe. So I don't really know anything about Warhammer. So since this happened on Tuesday night, I've been hooked on Warhammer lore.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube, and I've been listening to it at work, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is fucking rad. And like I told you guys before, I'm a huge sci-fi kind of guy, so I really, really love it. The last thing is my son is officially a fucking gamer, like straight up gamer. So we've been playing the original Sega Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog. Now he's 4 years old. He beats the first level by himself.
Oh.
What? Really?
That's GG's.
Yep. And he's like this close to the second level. The second level, there's like floating pillars, but in between it, there's spikes that you land on. As soon as he gets through that, he beats the level. And like, he's like, Daddy, can you do this? And I'm like, nope, this is on you, pal. And then as soon as it goes, and I go, look at him and go, hey, Rye. And he goes, what, Daddy? Game over. And he starts like kind of getting frustrated and cry, like kind of like whining, and I'm like, do it again. And so now like he just wants to get to Dr. Eggman. That's what he calls him. Robotnik at the first level. Yeah. But we're working on it. But I sent you my wife sent me a picture today that said he was practicing and he was just gaming.
That's awesome.
During the day, I'm like, fuck yeah, on the Xbox. Did not know piece of shit PlayStation. But anyway, moving on.
Whoa.
Dang.
Hostile.
Yeah, I'm an Xbox guy. Anyways, and for the record, everybody, last week, I don't know if it was on a podcast or not, I mentioned that I want to play The Last of Us.
Yeah.
There is a 0.0 chance that I want to play The Last of Us. Like 0.0 chance, because I watched the second episode of the show. Nick will talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
I called it.
Was right.
So I called it. I said, give it 5 days.
5 days. You'll be like, nope, I'm out.
Anyways,
so, I'll start with that bullet point. Speaking of The Last of Us. So we watched episode 2 last night at Guys Night. And if you don't know what Guys Night is, Marcus, my dad, and I get together. My dad has a crazy man cave set up in a giant 86-inch TV in surround sound, all that fun stuff. So great for watching things. We usually get together, have a drink, have some apps of some kind, and then actually last night we had sushi, and Marcus had never really eaten sushi before. You want to talk about your sushi experience before I dive into The Last of Us?
The spicy tuna is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Spicy tuna.
Like I ate something with eel in it. That was okay. Yeah. There was 2 other ones that.
Yeah, you did not like the Philadelphia roll at all. The cream cheese messed with you.
No, it didn't. Yeah, but the sushi was good.
Yeah. So we did that, and then we watched The Last of Us episode 2, and I gotta say I loved it. It was definitely it was like scary because the clickers are scary. Those creatures.
Yeah,
exactly. they look scary, but like it wasn't too bad in the show. Like I thought it was cool how like the characters sort of were like thought they were safe and then realized they weren't before they saw the monsters, and then like they came across them and dealt with them and moved forward. It was pretty cool. I mean I don't know. I'm enjoying it. It's more suspenseful than actually scary, and there's a lot of good like character development that I'm enjoying. So overall, really enjoying the show. Speaking of YouTube rabbit holes, I've been in a Lord of the Rings lore video rabbit hole recently, like the backstory of like in the way back of like everything that happened. I found this channel that has like 4-hour long videos going through like each battle that's happened in depth, like it's a history video, and it's like really, really deep diving. I was listening to that while I was working yesterday. Because
when you're working and you listen to something like that, I feel like that's a great thing because you're like listening, but you're not listening.
Yeah,
because you're working.
Yeah, you so like tune in and out almost.
Exactly, and like you get enough out of it, and even if you get nothing from it, it's still like calm. You know what I mean? Because like I can't listen to like a Destiny 2 video while I'm working because like I'm concentrating on whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the Warhammer shit is pretty sweet to listen to. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it was cool because like if I don't ultimately care if I don't get every detail in the video. I just want to know the gist of what happened in the lore, you know. But speaking of things that are like take a really long time, I can't believe I haven't finished The Witcher 3 yet on stream. I'm definitely going to be playing extra off stream and just like save the last boss fight for stream to make sure it's on stream because like. I thought I was almost done when I hit that point where it's like, hey, if you go do this, like you can't turn back. And I probably have 10 more hours still. Like,
wow.
Even now. And that was like
just
5 streams ago. Just in the base game. I haven't touched. Well, I've done a couple of DLC quests for the one DLC that doesn't have an extra area, but I haven't even touched that whole Blood and Wine expansion, which is like 40 or 50 hours of story content.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So like. I'm at like 160 hours or something in the game.
Would you say you're over it?
No, I was getting to that point probably a month ago, or 3 weeks ago, something like that ish. But then once I leveled up my armor to like that cat school armor, this cat school Witcher gear, I should say. Like I got like revitalized to level it up to Mastercraft, and I'm like, all right, now I'm like level 35. It's like end game leveling wise. I'm like I can just sort of do the end game story content, and I did on stream, and I was like, okay, like I'm feeling like I'm enjoying this. I'm not just doing like all the Witcher contracts to clear them out, you know, in the secondary quests. Mm-hmm. If I'm doing like just the story content because that's what I have left, and it's a little more fulfilling because it actually progresses along, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like, my character's set up for it. It's like, all right, cool. I don't feel like I'm under leveled or something, or I got to like cheese this fight. So it like revitalized my interest to keep going. In Call of Duty news, I've been on like the camo grind. Like anytime I've been having free time, like little chunks of free time, just trying to get as many guns, the gold camo. I have 6 guns. I wrote my notes on Tuesday this week, and I have 2 more. So I have 6 guns gold. I've got 2 LMGs and 4 assault rifles gold. So I'm pretty happy about that. And yeah, The Last of Us 2 is great.
You know what you just reminded me of?
What?
In Call of Duty news, I completed my first battle pass ever this past
I did too.
week.
High five up top.
Hey, let's go. And it was the same battle pass. But yeah. I've bought battle passes and I've gotten really close, but I've never actually completed one. And I completed this one, and it feels good.
Hell yeah, me too, man.
That's it. That's all I got.
I've never gotten more than like 2 guns gold camo before, and I know it's a lot easier in this version of Call of Duty to do that, but still, it's very fulfilling to check the boxes that like. Well, I don't know, when I was younger and you'd be like, oh, that person's the 3rd prestige. I could never play that much or like get to that or whatever. You know what I mean? It's the things that you like, you know, hold up on put up on like a shelf. But
yeah.
So Marcus, what happens Tuesday nights?
So Tuesday nights are for Destiny 2 and Star Wars The Old Republic in AIE. So at 9 p.m. Eastern time usually for about 2 hours, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. We do all of the weekly stuff in Destiny, Pinnacles, hanging out with friends. Not last week, or not this week, the week before, we actually did some private PvP matches. And let me tell you, to take a break from grinding to just play PvP with your friends, and it doesn't matter except talking crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
It was so much fun. Like, that was one of the best nights in gaming I've had in a long time. And of course, everybody was just loving killing me, but that's okay. And in SWTOR, they pick a weekly, in Corleone lead you through a weekly event, whatever is going on in the game, and they usually get big crowds to join. But either way, it's a lot of fun. Come check us out. It's a good time.
And if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org. Get our Discord information in the top right-hand corner of the website and ask for a guild invite, whether or not you play Star Wars: The Old Republic, Destiny 2, Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft 2, Final Fantasy 14, or any of the games that you love to play. We do too, and we would love to have you.
I actually have no idea how long we've been recording, but I know Nick has to go to the bathroom because his bladder is the size of a pea.
Exactly, unfortunately. So we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're talking all Bruine all the time. But first things first. Okay, so how did you start streaming? Walk us through that whole process.
The start of stream. So, yeah, been Destiny player since the game came out. And then in 2015, I came in contact with Twitch, the streaming part a little bit, made an account, didn't really stream myself. And then I think 2018 or something, I occasionally hit that live button once a month. Really, really nothing too serious. And then last year, November, let's see. So, yeah, as I said in the beginning, a whole COVID thing happened, and it left me with, no job, nothing really to do. I was climbing back up started from zero. But I was inspired by some people that I was watching in November as well, a little bit more, had nothing to do, so I had a lot of free time, played a lot of Destiny. They asked me if I could join them a little bit, and then I was like, I think I can do this too, starting as a streamer full time. So then at the end of November, I just said to myself, okay, I'm going to hit that live button 7 days a week, which is going to help everybody get everywhere in Destiny, because I know this video game. And until Witch Queen, that was, I said, because 7 days is a lot. So until Witch Queen, I do 7, and then I'll just take Mondays off, and then we do 6. And that's exactly what happened. I don't know. People found my channel very quick. What I must say is a lot of people seems to enjoy my voice a lot too. Like, it has been a big play into it. That people say, "Whoa, your voice is unique. I like it." Like the comments keep on coming. And then I built relationships. That's how you do it. You build relationship with your chat, with people that you find, meet new people. Then bigger players came into the play as well. Like I stream 200 plus hours a week. A month, I'm sorry. So then if I'm there, they can find me, and that's how the ball just goes up and up and up. And I was so motivated by everybody just telling me, hey, I'm so happy you're live, because I had a long day at work and I like to tune in here, nice music, nice games, I can join if I want to. That motivates me to do it every day.
That is definitely like super fulfilling hearing somebody say that. I remember somebody said that to me, to Marcus. I'm sure it all was at some point, but even about the podcast. I know we've gotten it before. It's like, it really warms your heart in a way that is super, was unexpected for me. It's like, really, listening to us talk or us play a game, makes your day, it really helps somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just found that super fulfilling in a way that was pretty unique.
Yes. Very motivating to come back every day and do it every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you so you stream 6 days a week? Do you have a job other than streaming, or is content creation your job?
Yeah, so content creation now is my full-time job. Before that, I was a teacher of breakdance, the art of breakdance.
Oh wow,
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. I did this the sport itself for about 15 years, 16 years, and teaching about, I think it's almost 10. It's been very long. And it was almost always on the side, you know. So I worked a regular job, just carrying washing machines or do roofing or whatever it was. And then on the side, like, people ask me, hey, can you fill in for there or do these classes or these classes? And then one of my friends told me he had some projects. If I just sign up as a company, as a little small company for myself, I can get more work. And that's what I did. The ball went very good especially in the beginning, and then COVID hit and the world was closed. Everything was closed. You name it, everything was closed. We had to breakdancing is me making contact with you. It's almost a contact sport. At this point, you're very close to each other. It was off. So that the line that went straight like to the ground, and there was no I couldn't see in the future what's gonna happen and. You name it. So it was a very harsh moment, and now that lead me towards where we now at, pretty much. To me saying like, hey, I don't know what I'm about to do. I don't want to start up from the ground again because, it put me on a place. But I tell some of my viewers too, and it's all right, you know. I never really talk about it because I always say like I don't want to have people feel bad for me because of what happened, you know. But it ended up with me living at a friend's place now for a year and just live on this room. I eat, sleep, stream, work from here now for a full year. And it's very hard to bounce back from something like that, but I cannot sit still. And I know that I am good with communication. Socially, I'm pretty all right as well. I speak, I'm always with US players playing at night. So why not dive into the whole US thing. Let's see what are these people all about actually. Let's go there, you know. And I didn't even see that coming, but it brought me in a way that within 6 months I was walking in the US. Like my family donated money for me to get a ticket, plane ticket, you name it, everything was fixed. And that's mind blowing, you know. But I always say like you work. Some people ask me around me that I see from my neighborhood. They say, "What do you do now?" So like, I do full-time streaming now. Oh, yeah, and they think, like, it's just playing a little bit of video games. Yeah, that's what we all wish it was. If you're really a content creator, let me say, you're going to work more than you have ever worked for any boss in your life. If you want to succeed, that is. I mean, if you do it just for fun, that's fine. But at the end of the day, it brings my bread on the table now. And it works. Yeah. I mean, I'm blessed with, like, the people that support me. What's very important at this point is a very strong community that is willing to subscribe on a monthly basis to me, because that's what makes me do this 7 days a week, and I can eat from this and pay my bills and such. And then we have gifters as well that make it sometimes go all over the place. It's crazy. But I'll take everything I earn and mainly try to invest it back in stream. So in the beginning, microphones, overlay, webcam, you name it. I'm still a little bit working towards another monitor and some stuff, but I'm here for the long run. For me, it's a marathon and not a sprint. So I have all the time. I do 7 days a week as well again, by the way. So now on the Mondays, I'll just start very late and then I'll do very short. It doesn't matter. Somebody told me that you don't have to do 8 hours a day, like per se, 7 days and an 8. You can also do 3 or 4. And I'm like, yeah, you're dang right. Because if I'm not there, they ain't going to find me. So now on Mondays, we do a very chill stream. It's just going to be me running around in PvP in Destiny, or just invite my chat to fight me a bit, or something very, very simple, you know. But it was a good choice, but it's always working hard. But I'm a hardworking guy. I have no problem with that. No.
What is your favorite video game of all time?
That's a very, very, very difficult question.
Right?
It sure is.
So
most people give a Mount Rushmore, we call it, like a top 4 or 5 or something.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Top 3,
top
okay.
3,
so
yeah.
If we give a top 3 away, we're going to give one spot, a big shout out to Super Mario, because like if somebody made my youth happen on video games.
Yeah.
It was the plumber himself. Let's be honest. So yeah, I got the SNES, the game, everything you can name it. Even my sheets on my bed had like this Mario print on it. You know, so it was really big. Grow up with it. So big shout out to Mario and Nintendo. They really made my gaming experience in life beautiful. Let's see. So the other one I'll give to Kratos, God of War. So never really played the first, third, or second. The first series mainly. I've seen it a little bit, but didn't play it. And then over time on Facebook, I saw a lot of video clips about God of War 4, the first one where he is with his child. All these, like the way it looked. And I just, each time I look at it, I say, I have to play this. And then PlayStation 5 came out, and I got one fixed very early, God bless, through somebody. And that came with a special set of PS4 games you could play on PS5 now. And one of them games was God of War. So, I went all out. I bought a new TV for extra 4K resolution. I went all out for it, right? And then I sat down. I isolated myself pretty much, and I was like, let me just see what this is all about.
Oh, that's the best way to do it.
Like, my mind was blown. I had no words. I played, I think, the whole story 4 times or something on multiple difficulties. I had to check out what this was about. And then when I went to bed, I watched on my phone lore stuff, and you name it, is amazing. Yeah, now Ragnarok came out, and man, no words. You have to experience yourself. I'm not going to say anything. It's like,
I know. That's my next stream game is Ragnarok.
It's amazing.
I have it sitting in the other room. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just where you want to go. Picked where you left off. If you played the first video game, you're like, I know there's more. There are more realms that are unavailable in the first version, for example, that are available now, and you cannot wait for this. And now it's time to dive in. Well, it was great. I've never seen 18 hours fly by so fast. It was crazy that I did it in 2 sessions. Yep.
The story in 2 sessions?
Yep. 18 hours, and then I went to bed for 4, get up, and finished it in the whole thing in, what was it, 23 hours, something like this? Yeah, the whole story.
Holy shit.
But it was only story on the easiest mode. Like, I just want to go through it, listen to the story, and then we'll see about it. And now I hear New Game Plus will be added to God of War Ragnarok very soon. If that's the case, then I'll give it another play. Hell yeah, it was amazing. It's visually amazing, and on PS5 with upgrades as well. Like, amazing video game.
I wish I had that time.
Amazing video game. And then, the third one is, I think I got to think a little bit of the third one. I mean, Mario, obviously, and this made my eyes open as well. And then the third one, let's see.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, it is. It is a tough question. I think I'll go with Tekken, the fighting game.
Okay, that's a classic.
Yeah, I think Tekken. I had Street Fighter back in the day on the Super Nintendo. That was my first really fighting video game. But then Tekken 3 on PlayStation 1. One of my friends had this, and I can remember like every day after school, just sitting there with him, beating each other up in Tekken all the time. Tekken all the time. And from Tekken 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, Tech, PSP. Like I owned all of them, so obviously I gotta give the spot to Tekken. But it's mainly like, now I have no time to like really invite friends over to do this, But back in the day, I buy Tekken for us, not for me or whatever. Like, I have my friends always have a couple of controllers. Hey, you want to get beat up in Tekken? They always want some smoke, and we always have so much fun. Everybody knows it. So it's a great video game, visually, music-wise. I see Tekken 8 is coming out as well. If it's not already released, I'm not sure. But Tekken 8 is coming out as well. Unreal Engine on that too. So, it's going to be hard for me to not put my hands on. But we'll see what's going to happen with this. As I said, for me, Destiny is full-time content creation. Very focused on Destiny. Lightfall is coming out soon as well. So, on the side, maybe. But we'll see about it. But shout out to Tekken as well.
Tekken 8 is not... There's no official release date announced yet, but it's being sort of slotted for late 2023 or early 2024, and it's going to use Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. I've seen trailers and little bit gameplay, and I'm like, okay, that's going to be hard not to, like, if I had Tekken 5, 6, 7, then how can I not say Yes, to
Right.
Tekken 8, right? It's gonna be
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see about
Absolutely.
it. At least I want 5 people of my chat to beat up like consistently on a weekly basis. Otherwise, it's a no.
Dude,
So
I've just pulled up the trailer. This looks crazy.
It's crazy. If you haven't seen the
It
trailer
does
yet,
look really
you should give it a try. It's crazy cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So would you
Atrax, what were you
describe
saying?
yourself as a PC or a console gamer? Because your favorite games, it sounds like mostly console, but pretty varied.
Yeah. So I've been grown up with a console always. First one was the SNES. Yeah, we had a NES at home, but I don't know. It's really vague. I was a little bit too young, but an SNES I got from Santa Claus, and it was hard not to touch before school in the morning. So I was really, I knew it was really good. And then from that came N64, GameCube, PlayStation 1, Xbox, Nintendo Wii, you name it all. And then I had friends around me that was PC gamers. So occasionally I went to their house. Now, what did we play? Renegade from back in the day. Command and Conquer, Renegade. That was my first mouse and keyboard like experience when it comes down to shooters. But nothing really for me at our place, at where I lived, at my mom's and dad's. We just had, we had consoles. We didn't own a PC. My dad had a laptop for his work. And then when I went to older school, I got a laptop, but it was more for like school stuff, not really, for card games or whatever, but not really as a PC gamer should be. I didn't know what a 3070 Ti was since like 15 months ago. And I had one in my PC. I bought this from somebody, and I said they wanted to know the specs, and that was in there, and they was clapping in my hands. I bought it for $1,000, like the whole thing.
Wow,
and it's a 3K PC, so it was a very good deal. But I have no clue. I don't play really games on it. I have Uno now, and we have some VR chat sometimes, occasionally in desktop mode, just for after stream or whatever. But no, if I have to make a decision, console all the way. But yeah, shout out to PC as well, right? I mean, on PC you have a lot of cool stuff you can do. I see sometimes GTA mods and stuff. That's only available for PC. But for me now, I look at a beautiful PS5 and a Nintendo Switch that got also sent by somebody of chat. Amazing, yeah.
Wow,
that's awesome.
That's great.
Very happy with that, yeah.
So, how did you get started with Destiny 2? I know you mentioned earlier that you've been playing it since it came out. But how did you find Destiny and stick, like, what made you gravitate towards Destiny? Did you play Halo a lot back in the day as well?
Yeah,
and then it was sort of a natural transition?
No, it's a funny story. So we did Halo back in the day a little bit. Halo 3, played a lot of that. And the Forge, Halo, what was it called again?
Reach.
Halo Reach?
Reach, yeah. Where you could forge them.
So
good. We built bunkers the whole night in order not to fight because we went to bed. So the building mode was amazing. And it was from Bungie. And then Destiny got announced and came out. I think it was out for like 3 months or something. And then one of my friends, he called me and he said he was playing Destiny now for a month or so. It's very cool. And he is from around. He's from the block. And then another friend of us was doing the same thing. The friend was a Titan. He was a hunter. He said he literally went like, buy Destiny, pick a hunter, let's have fun. That was it in the beginning. So we did that. I literally, no, I was the warlock. Yeah. So I did that. Yeah, played the video game. Felt a little bit Halo-ish. I felt a little bit the throw-in of Halo was there. Story was pretty alright, and I was done. I was at the time playing Call of Duty, just shooting and dying and shooting, and that was pretty much it. And now I really had a thing. We had quests to do, and then the Raid came out, Vault of Glass came out, and that was the first ever crazy experience. We had 3 other people over time that also joined our group, so we were like with our own hometown OG boys, we were doing this. And it was so fun. We had so much fun. And then I met so many people over the time. And then it was for me, it's been always like this. Like, I don't know, it just really became part of my life, Yeah.
Absolutely.
But shout out to Sjoerd for throwing me in it. Yeah, he's me and him, we still talk to each other. So he joined my clan too, and now I'm doing this whole content creation for Destiny. He's really like, damn, you doing this now? I'm like, yeah. He's really like, wow. So sometimes, occasionally he pops in. He's just always working and busy and such. But occasionally he pops in and he likes to see it. And he knows if it's funny now, if he needs some help, he can always come to me. You know, he showed me around first, and now I'm showing him around a little bit. So that's pretty cool to it. Yeah.
The student becomes the master.
Yeah, that's what it's all about eventually, right?
What is your favorite part of Destiny to stream?
My favorite part of Destiny to stream? I think it comes down to the raid aspect / content of this video game, because it's very unavailable for a lot of people. A lot of people think, oh, raids is for everybody. My mind was blown when I really went into research. How many people have not done a raid ever? It's crazy. It's like the amount is crazy. You have a lot of solo players, people that play this alone, but more and more as we as a whole go forward, people will find more interest in doing these raids, making sure that they will find somebody that they are allowed to. Like, a lot of people deal with anxiety when it comes down to doing raids and such, and that's for me important, that I'll show them. It speaks for itself as well. I have so many people had around me that were very quiet, and anxiety come on when it comes down to raids and such. And I always tell them, like, if it's your first time, it can take 4 hours, it can take 8 hours. I don't care. You have all the time in the world, because I remember my first raid, and trust me, like, this is that feeling. You think about that exact feeling, you got to make sure this person is very comfortable. No stress, jumping puzzles as well. I've been sitting there in Vow of Disciple watching somebody fail a jump for 3 hours. We all good. We creating content here. Don't stress it. Take a drink, go to the toilet, eat some food if you need that. Like, I really want to change the way people think about that. So then that comes down to, like, the raid stuff. It's for everybody. We bring say 15-year-olds. I allow like 16, 15-year-olds or whatever if they're just, cool kids. But we bring the oldest one we brought to a Divinity run. It's amazing. 67 he was. I think he was 67.
Wow,
that's
and we
awesome.
Just bring him in. Divinity raid, great. We did all the other stuff with him as well, by the way. But yeah, it shows me, like, age or whatever. It doesn't matter. I had people with me that were deaf, so I have 3 deaf players that sometimes will be around me, and I talk with them through chat, or I'll let, like, my moderators be my typing then, so I'll just the mods type for me what I speak if I talk to them. And they know what to do. They watch videos with subtitles. I mean, it's not hard to stand on a plate and shoot ads. If you're deaf, you can do this as well, but you gotta, like, people don't give these people a chance, I feel sometimes. And that's where I come in, because everybody's welcome. I don't care. I really don't care if you're deaf. I had people even that were legally blind seen for like 5% or something, and what he told me as well, it was crazy. He said he has his nose plastered to a 75-inch television and moves it around. You move your mouse around the mouse pad. That's how he moves his head around the TV to see and move. And my mind was blown. Super nice guy. I've been doing raids with this guy for 2 months. And all of a sudden, that story came to me. I'm like,
wow.
It's beautiful.
Ha! Wow. It amazes me what people will do to be able to play a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it works for him too.
It makes you appreciate what you have.
Yeah.
Well, if we go into context, I don't know if you know the raid Vault of Glass.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So towards the ending of Vault of Glass, at the end, you have somebody have to call out which oracle set they have to shoot. Back left, front left, and then right, or whatever. So you have one calling oracles. And this guy was calling the oracles for already like weeks. And then always good, no issues, nothing. And then one time it was wrong. And I say, yo, what happened, brother? He says, yeah, I never told you actually, boss, but I'm legally blind, and sometimes when we are on Mars and it's orange background and the oracle's a bit orange, it's really sometimes hard to see. So then he told me the story a little bit afterwards.
Jesus.
I'm like, wow, my mind was blown. I'm like, whoa.
How have you been
amazing.
doing it so well?
And we have
long,
such a good connection now. He says he's a guy from Canada. He's a great guy.
Hey.
He's always welcome to chat. And like when I invite people to my Discord that are new to, or like, hey, I need to meet them, I hear the voice. I'm really a guy who can tell from voice, or like who I look at somebody, I can tell a little bit like what somebody is on about. Voice is very important. Very nice guy. Very nice guy. He was very happy that he could just always now be with us if you want to. Gives me a good feeling, you know. Gives me a happy feeling that I can be now this person for somebody in life that says like, hey, this was an amazing experience, you know, and I had something to do with it. So that's good. It makes me happy.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we like to throw in a couple of like not directly related to, you know, stream and the games you play and things like that questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Those questions tell us a lot about your character. This one, not so much, but the next one is more important.
This definitely tells you a lot about his character. 100%.
Yeah, but there's no wrong answers here, but there's definitely a wrong answer in the next one. So anyways, my question for you next is, who is your favorite Star Wars character?
All right, so this is a very funny question, and I'm going to be totally honest with you because I have nothing to hide. I was reading through the tab, so I knew from the question, and I had to ask somebody, what do they mean with SW, right? They said Star Wars. I'm like, okay. So for me, myself, the series, cool, right? Haven't seen all of it, pretty cool. My mom loves the Lego series, and obviously Star Wars had a pretty big impact on this planet where we live on, let's be honest, right?
Yep.
Character-wise, his name was Jar Jar, I think.
Oh,
was
God.
All right.
But somebody told me he was not allowed to probably to say. I'm like, we'll find out real quick. But I think I like the dinosaur-looking character Jar Jar. He makes funny sounds, and he's always just up there just... When everything bad, you know, he's there like, yo, what's up? Like, what's going on? And he I don't know. He brings good vibes, I think. He's not too bad.
Lisa's so happy to see you.
Yeah, he's not too bad. He's always like, they're like, giving that good aura of like, you have a character like this, even if the universe falls apart, it doesn't matter. You have this Jar Jar next to you, like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the next one, there is a wrong answer.
Oh, here we go.
It's a lot more serious.
Wait, do you want to do that now or later?
Yes, now let him go.
Well, you said
all
the
right,
next one.
Yeah,
all right.
So I have to go.
Get ready.
What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
What is my favorite ice cream flavor?
There's a ton, and I mean a ton of correct answers, but one incorrect answer.
Okay, so what's it called again? I have to think if it's called in English the same as in Dutch, okay?
You can say it in Dutch too.
Is it? It's called... I haven't been there in a while too, since it's always cold here, so it's special when you go outside and eat ice cream. That's the ice cream I'm looking for, right? Not the Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream that comes with like the little balls on the cone.
Yeah. Or Ben and Jerry's is good too, but whatever your favorite is.
If you're gonna go to an ice cream shop or anywhere and get some ice cream,
an ice cream shop. Yeah.
What's your favorite flavor?
What's it called again? I have to think. It's been so long. It's minty taste.
Like mint chocolate chip?
Yeah, a little bit like... Man, let me Google this real quick.
Yeah, you Google it in what, you know. Look it up. Take your time. Marcus, what's your favorite ice cream flavor while he's looking it up?
Vanilla.
Oh yeah. I forgot you're boring. I like vanilla a lot too. I actually usually if I buy ice cream from the store, I buy one little thing of vanilla and then one thing of like something else, like cinnamon buns or something that I really like. Or salted caramel
Nick
corn.
likes double chocolate.
Exactly. Atrax, what's your favorite?
So for the longest time, I've said mint chocolate chip has been my favorite, hands down. But now I've started to see a surge in mint chocolate chip cookie dough. And that is now taking number one spot because it's basically the same thing, add cookie dough. And I love cookie dough ice cream. So the fact that now it's mint chocolate chip cookie dough is really, oh man, I love it. I'm so happy.
All right. So it's called After 8.
Say it again?
After 8?
After 8. Yeah. After 8 it's called.
After 8? Okay.
After 8.
After 8. Yeah. It's like green ice cream with bits of chocolate in it, and when you eat it, it gives like a little bit of a very fresh minty taste to it.
Oh, that's mint chocolate
thin.
chip for us.
Mint chocolate chip? Okay, yeah, that's called After 8 right here.
Yeah, it's the same as Atrax. Okay, very
nice.
cool.
Amazing
that's a good
ice cream.
pick.
I eat that until my belly says, "Hey, what are you doing, fam?" Literally, like, oh my goodness. Yeah.
What's going on?
That's great. The wrong answer, by the way, was pistachio.
Pistachio
ice cream. Like, it's okay if you can say that you like pistachio ice cream, but to say that pistachio is your favorite out of all the other ice cream flavors is psychotic. Like, something's wrong with you.
I feel that.
Yeah. And then I was in Starbucks a few weeks back, and they had fucking pistachio latte. I was disgusted. I was like, who the fuck in their right mind is going to do that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like, sure, you want to eat a pistachio nut? I'm in. Cool. Let's eat some nuts. Yeah. I like salty nuts. Sure.
Or like pistachio baklava is really good too.
Also true. I think walnut's the original, right? But
as you said, very good, because in the ice cream category, you have way better options than when it comes to pistachio. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You're a psychopath. So, I kind of told this story, I think last week, or maybe it was on stream. So Bruine one day messaged me and said, "Hey Marcus, how are you?" I said, "I'm fantastic, man." And he sent me these 3 like digital codes, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And he goes, "It's for an emblem." And I said, "What the hell is an emblem?" And he's like, "Well, these things in the game, you know, when you complete stuff, you get this like picture that your name sits on with your gear score." And I said, "Oh, yeah. And he goes, "Well, I have these 3 codes, and it's for this thing called the Brightwing." And I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" And he explained to me that Bungie makes these codes for these emblems, but you can't earn them in game. The only way to get these emblems is through a creator, or if Bungie gives them to you,
or if you know some people, yeah,
right. And I didn't even know this thing was a thing.
Yep.
So I like lost my mind, because I was like, "Wow, that's so fucking nice." Like, of all the awesome streamers out there, you picked me. Like, it's just humbling, right? And I appreciate it so much. And then, like, once I mentioned it to the community, they were like, "Are you kidding me? Like, Marcus, you don't know anything about this?" And then I was continuing to talk to Bruine, and Bruine's like, "Go to this website and look at some of these emblems." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You go to, what's the website?
Oh, you have multiple ones. I think if you just Google that Destiny 2 emblem.
Guys, Google, Jamie, Google buy Destiny 2 emblems, and just
the website
scroll
itself
all
was
through.
Destiny Emblems, I think. Not sure, but you have multiple ones.
Yeah, but like,
oh yeah,
look at that.
Oh yeah,
wow.
Yeah,
$20, $30.
Mm-hmm. Scroll down.
Scroll all the way down.
$500.
Yep,
yes,
$40.
This is not just an emblem thing; it's a market now. It's a whole business.
Oh my god!
Oh, I feel
crazy.
like I've seen this one before. This is like the Bungie logo, isn't it? The fist holding the lightning bolt with the shield.
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
But
This is
$500.
Yes, but that's what I'm. Okay, so you guys understand. So Bruine gives me these 3 emblems to give away to the community, and like, I'm humbled, because I don't ever expect something like that. But my point is, how do you even come across these things? You know, wait, let me rephrase. How do you get them? And then how do you get so many of them that you can give them to creators? Because I know I'm not the only one that you've gifted these things to.
Yeah. I've been around looking for our stream team, and some people are like that, you know, if you can do something for your chat like this, it's very nice, you know. And there are multiple ways. So I think the easiest way for yourself to get yourself emblem codes. So if you go to the Bungie store website, you can buy items there, and some items are linked to Destiny 2 emblems. So the best way to do this, if you go to the Bungie store and you have the search bar, you can search for emblems, and you'll see almost all the items that are connected to a emblem code. So I talk about plushies, cups, shirts, and then songs. So the original Witch Queen song, the original Shadowkeep song is like $10 you pay for the file, but on top of the file you get an emblem code. And 9 out of 10 times when you make a order at the store, you get another emblem code. So that's how you can make an order, couple of emblem codes, and then you can do whatever you want with that. If somebody wants to buy them off you, yeah, do that, but I will never do that. All the codes I always give to chat or just give to people around me, you know. And then the other ways you have, as you saw, the Bungie website, you have people that really made a business out of this. So you have all these websites, you just Google it, look at eBay, people will just sell them there too. Or certain Discords that are divided to it as well. So a whole server divided for this whole emblem trading system, buying, selling. But I always say it's very, I don't know, I wouldn't really trust it. I had people text me, so I'm in contact with an agency that works with Bungie, and when Bungie gives stuff to the agency gives the stuff to me, and I give it to chat. Talk about emblem codes. For example, there was a very, 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 very special emblem. It was called Scientia Illuminata. It was a blue emblem with all kinds of stars around it, and I had, like, on the daily 10 people come to my chat, first-time chatters. Yo, you give away a Scientia emblem? Like, just like that. It was crazy. In total, I had 50, so I got 10, then I got another 10, then I got another 20. That's just how Bungie gave them to me, and it was just to give to chat, or just to give to chat. And then some people around me that are like from day one with me, or like really support me in another type of way, I would just give them a code, because I could already see, like, so for example, other Dutch content creators, they will have a little bit the same as me. They get some stuff to give to their chat. But I was seeing it as well. One of my brothers, who is also doing Destiny content creation, like 3 days a week, 2 days a week, he has a strong average of 15. I know his audience a little bit. I'm one of them too. Great guy, right? But the moment he put it in his title, 3-time giveaway Scientia Illuminata, man had 100 viewers. And the only word that was put in his chat was the word emblem. And I'm looking at it like, yeah, it's obviously, I understand, but like, that's not how I want to see it go away. You know, I always make giveaways happen with a little bit of subscriber luck, or a little bit of like, I look towards like people that will not be there just to sell it, because these emblems went away for in between $600 and $1,200, and it was crazy. So I was making sure that people who got them would put the code towards their account instead of like doing this, for example, because people got scammed. I got so many messages of people that got scammed the hell out of it too. And I said, like, you know what, don't do this. All right, like, learn from this. And then I just give some people some codes, and yeah, it is what it is. And then the third option that what happened to me, one of my friends, one of my viewers I know, he's a computer genie. He is a magician when it comes down to codes and you name it. And I don't know exactly how he does it. For example, the Brightwing code comes from having something with a Chinese phone number. You have Chinese specific emblems as well. And they come with, like, you have to have a Chinese phone number or whatever the case is, right? So it's not really available for people from Europe or for US. But then he has a way of like owning 20 Chinese numbers, so he has 20 emblems, and he only needs one, so he will just give me the codes to give them to chat. I don't really have to give him anything.
Wow,
he just looks out for
crazy.
me, and he is an emblem guy. He's really an emblem guy, but he looks out for me because I gave him an Illuminati. I didn't really ask him anything. I just said, like, I know this means a lot to him. Like, emblems mean a lot. If it means a lot to you, bro, have a code. Be blessed. And he was so. His mind was so blown, and he said, yo, by the way, I can do this, watch. And then he sent me like 20 of these and 20 of these and 20 of these, and I'm just like, at this point I had so much, I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just pass it forward a little bit. So 3 to Marcus, 3 to Lucky, 3 to TomTom, 5 to Free Ride. He has 100 viewers. 5 to this guy, 5 to that guy, you know. Couple of there,
That's
couple
amazing.
of there. Yeah. And then with 1 year anniversary as well, I stacked some of them, bought some extra to the website, to the Bungie store. So at my 1 year anniversary stream, we gave away like 65 emblems. Crazy. Lightfall for PC, 3 times Witch Queen Deluxe Edition for PC, console, Xbox, and PlayStation, and the 30th anniversary pack also for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Crazy, but that was all sponsored by Bungie, the expansions, and then the emblems were like fixed by me and this guy, and I bought a couple, and like this. Yeah.
How do you get in touch with Bungie?
So, I think personally, as a content creator, you just show that you really want this and you're really doing this, that you're really making an impact or leaving a little dent into this Destiny 2 community in a good way. They will notice you. But you gotta like keep going. For my experience, so say apart from this agency, all right. Apart from this, I got an email for Bungie Game to Give Foundation. So Bungie knows somehow that I stream, and they asked me specifically, hey, you want to be on the featured streamer list? Let us know, because then put a date in, and yeah, they can promote it a little bit. So first I was skeptical. It was my first time. I'm like, is this a scam? These people want my information, you know. I'm a little bit skeptical. I always look into it. And then I looked into it more, and it was freaking real, dude. My mind was blown. But then my head will not be blown. I will be like, but wait a minute. Who sees me? I'm getting noticed here because, like, yeah, I have Twitter now. I've tweeted, like, I don't know, 300 times or something. I'm a small content creator. I just started pretty much. But I think I leave a good impact or something. I've been playing with Amaze a lot. Amaze is a very big guy when it comes down to Destiny 2 as well. He showed me a lot, and yeah, he's a great inspiration. That brought me to being in a fire team doing Kingsfall raid with Professor Bruine. And if you are in the Destiny 2 community, sure you know who Professor Bruine is. He's one of the first guys that really, that was the guy, the face for Destiny 1. And he was in my fire team all of a sudden. We're doing a raid with Professor Bruine like that. So my mind was blown. But since the point that within 6 months I got flown to the US with doing this, I know everything can happen. Like, everything can happen. And I'm always motivated. Like, nothing gonna stop me too. I tell everybody all the time, like, I look behind me and I just say, I'm sorry, but I have to go. I just have to move on. And yeah, I don't know. And eventually Bungie will notice you. I think if you do the right thing, Bungie will notice you.
I don't think Bungie will ever notice me, but honestly, I would love to. But yeah, but I don't think Bungie would ever notice me as a streamer. I don't do anything for the community, you know what I mean? I just play their game. But I would love to be able to sit down with them, with these two knuckleheads, and have a conversation with them. You know what I mean? Here. But, you know, it's like, I guess, Mike, we can talk more about it after, but yeah, I would love to. I would love to get them in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have just a conversation about the game itself. You know what I mean? I don't know. We've had enough.
But that's a good goal to set. It's really, I'm be honest with you, it's a really high goal, but it's a goal you can set. In the meantime, try to get noticed on Twitch. Make sure that, for example, the Bungie Game to Give, that's also open for you, Marcus. So you can just sign yourself up. And
I don't even know what that is.
I'll show you for next year. So what's going to be, around the end of the year, Bungie does a collaboration with the Bungie Foundation, and that's for charity, right? And then what they do is, for a whole month of December, from the 1st until the final day, every 2 hours, a streamer that plays Destiny 2 will be featured they will get a feature on Bungie. And you can then get people to donate money towards your stream for the Bungie Foundation. And you can set certain goals, say like donate $25 and I cannot move for 10 seconds, name something or whatever it is, or swap my character or delete a gold roll weapon for 100, you name it, right? People also get incentives. So people donate $10, they get a little emblem. $25, they get an emblem. $50 or $60, they get a little in-game item, a ghost shell, and $100 they get a sparrow. So when you do $100 donation, you get 4 items, 4 in-game as well. And then as streamer, you can yourself earn incentives as well. $500 is 2 emblem codes, $1,000 is $50 for the Bungie store, and that goes up all the way to 10k. To crazy emblems you can show off as a streamer, how strong your community is pretty much. But it's for everybody, yeah. But when it comes around this year, I'll keep this in mind. I'll hit you up. I'll show you a little bit. It's very easy to set up. And it's for everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, what an opportunity.
It wasn't really an opportunity. My mind was super blown. The little fact, I still want to know, like, where and how did the guy point out and be like, this Dutch guy who streams a lot of Destiny, mail this guy and ask him if he want to be featured. Like that little part is like, I feel like they're watching me a little bit now, and that makes me, I'll still be streaming the same as I always do, but I don't know, it even amplifies the motivation a little bit more to do what I already do every day, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
You mentioned some goals before. Do you have any goals for stream?
Goals for stream. So obviously the goal is to become partnered streamer, but at the end of it, partnered is just a badge, right?
Yep.
It's gonna unlock you a badge, and you have, instead of 15 emotes for affiliate, you have like a whole emote while you can work on. Beautiful, right? But it's a good thing to work towards. And then the other streaming related goal is, I really want to make this work in a way where I can just put out content 7 days a week. People really have a spot. I have some people tell me they are really happy and that my stream is part of their daily life. And that has a huge impact on me. And I know if that's the case for this person, it can be the case for a lot of other people too. So over time, this can only become bigger and better. So I'm just more like seeing where can I put this at the end of this year, for example. And then the goal, people tell me, partner this year. I'm like, I'm not really gonna solidify myself saying I gotta be partner this year. No. I'm gonna be holding W this year. I'm gonna work on it again. My personal goals is getting out of this freaking house. Hey, shout out to my homie. He's a great guy. But if you live certain lifestyles, he lives lifestyle A and I live lifestyle B. It's very hard to live in a house with, to share this, But he knows that for me and I know that for him. We communicate. As I said, he's a good friend of mine. He's a great guy. But I can't wait to leave this house and walk into my own house again, where I have my own shower and my own toilet and my own room and my own bedroom and my own stream room. Because sometimes, I'm not going to hold you, sometimes it gets a little bit high up in the mind. But
Definitely.
I have good people around me that always ask me hey, you doing all right or whatever, and then as I said in the beginning too, I never talk about all of this because people automatically, we are humans, people automatically feel pity for somebody if something bad happens or something bad is going on. And I'm here for the good vibes. I'm here to have fun and whatever. So I'm always hey, a day not feeling right is all right. It's just a day. You go to bed, next day is better day. That's it. For me, is that as well. And then it's hard when you do 7 days of content. Some people tell me sometimes, hey, what's going on? My face is they see it on my face a little bit as something is going on or whatever. And that little part is a little bit stingy, but it's part of the content creation, I'm going to put myself out there 7 days a week on the internet and everything can happen. But nobody can break me, though. A lot of people try to sometimes. Everybody has haters, but I literally don't care. I always tell them, they will never have an impact on me, never.
I think something you said is humbling, right? you don't realize that a podcast, a stream, a community can change your life, but it can. And it really can. For the better or for the worse. But at the end of the day, those people that come to your stream or come to your YouTube channel or your Discord, clearly they're choosing to be there. So clearly you're doing something that they enjoy.
Yeah.
And if you realize that whether you have one viewer or 3 views on a YouTube video, those 3 views or that one person have chosen to be there for you.
Exactly.
And
never forget this. Never forget this, okay?
Yeah.
Never forget this. I have a friend. This is a funny side story. I have a friend who is one of the guys I sometimes still speak with, and he was a little bit in a downward spiral, you know, and then he is now just sitting at home trying to collect himself. So I told him, like, why don't you just try to stream? Just try to stream something, you know? He's like, I don't know. And then he tried it. He didn't tell me. He tried it. So the week passes, and he called me. He's like, yo, you have time for a ganja and talk a little bit? I'm like, yeah, actually I have. And we sit in the car talking. He's like, so I did stream, and all of a sudden, the thing went to 2 people watching, and I was the one, but there was another guy, and it felt good, right? You made somebody's day, like, brighten up a bit, big man. And then I saw him think, like, yeah, like, this is for everybody. It's for everybody. And once you know you can brighten somebody's day up, I have so many people around me. Huge shout out to Evil Knievel. He's from Australia, also a guy who really is there to brighten people's day up. He's always on my stream. He's from Australia, so when I start, he wakes up in the morning. He's one day ahead of me then as well. But he says it as well. It's my place to drink my coffee and wake up. And now man streams 14 hours a day. He's outdoing me now. He's crazy. It's beautiful to see. And I always will. That's what I always support as well. They make me mod. I'll clear up everything for them. I make sure this is all fixed. They have questions. They can always ask me. Sometimes it takes a day maybe to answer because people will ask me a lot of questions eventually. If you tell everybody, oh, I can help you, then they will ask all of them. But it's no problem, you know. I will always try to making somebody's day better, you know. The world had already had a big smash after the whole COVID thing happened. We are here now to up each other a little bit. Like, for example, y'all podcast too. It's a great thing what y'all do, you know. It's a great thing.
Thank you.
Brighten people's day up and see that. Hi.
Totally agree. Go ahead, Atrax.
I was just going to say, speaking of, you know, brightening people's day up and whatnot, what is one of your favorite stream moments that really brightened your day up?
Let's see. One of my favorite stream moments. Okay, so I've been streaming the first 2 months or something with just my PlayStation mic. So you plug these into a PlayStation and you sound pretty clapped. Okay, let me just leave it like that. Mm-hmm. But it works. And then the whole PC thing came into play. Discord, I was new to it as well. Bought this mic, and apparently I sound very good. That's a plus point, right? But then I already played with Amaze. Amaze is, if you don't know Amaze, he's a big content creator as well. He raps and he plays the Destiny video game at the same time. Marcus, you know him, right?
Yes.
And he's really he was really an inspiration for me. Like the way I met him and everything around, like it was great. And then we did raid help a lot together. And one day I swapped from this mic to that mic, and I joined. He's like, "Yo, Bruine." I'm like, "Yo, what's up, boss?" And everybody was silent. Like 150 people in his chat going like, "Who the hell is this man? I want his number. I want him to read stories." They made so much jokes about it, but like in a good way, you know. And that was really a very fun moment. Like that, the first time I spoke through the mic with my real family who I stream with and such, they were like, "Damn, we see you grow, but now, shit, this is mad." I'm like, "Yeah, I just buy a mic and I talk to it. There's nothing to it. I didn't do anything. I plugged it into the PC and now I talk to it." And I don't know. For me, it's like, this is me, so I know. But if like I had heard it over 300 times now, so now I can put myself into it a little bit. I have some friends too that have nice voices. I'm like, So this is how it feels for them, for my voice, how I feel about this guy or this guy, for example. Can put myself a little bit into that. So that's good. That's good.
You know, I do know what you mean. And something that is underrated is like Amaze or some other streamers. They don't know who I am. I'll say hello in my chat, in their chat. They don't know who I am, but I enjoy their content.
Yeah.
And I don't need them to come to my channel and follow me. I don't need them to come to my stream because that's not what I want. If I enjoy your content, I enjoy your content.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you find that streamer, content creator, YouTuber, video editor, when they're making videos, all of those things, like it really makes you feel whole because you're like complete. You know what I mean? And I feel like you get, I don't want to say emotionally attached, but like you get invested in them and their life. You know what I mean? Because you watch them 7 days a week or 4 days a week or 3 days a week or when you see their videos come out. And even if it's not your own video, you see somebody else's video that they made, it like gets you excited because their content is so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or when another friend plays single player RPGs and you're watching his stream and then he decides to mix it up and do something different. And you're there and it just fucking gets so exciting. You know what I mean? And like, you don't need to tell them, just being there. I don't know. For me, it's all of the above. That's what makes all this special.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well said. I agree.
All right. Where can everybody find you?
So currently we can find Bruine, and my name on Twitch is Bruine Vloei. It's a whole Dutch thing. On Twitch, streaming 7 days a week. Yeah, mainly Destiny 2 content, since Lightfall is a month away and Destiny's a little bit on a dry state at the moment. It's fine, but that's just reality. Yeah, I'll be still there if people want to hang out, doing some dungeons or some private games or whatever, but I also will hit the W button on that Switch a little bit I have, and occasionally some other games or whatever, but mainly like as Lightfall is coming out, we have 10 days, right? 10 days for the day one raid. Let me just tell it like that. 10 days, right? So I'm ready.
If you want my opinion, is I think it's going to be a lot like it was for WoW. I think Bungie is leaning towards more casual and they want more people to be able to do it. I don't think there's going to be a crazy light level grind to get into the raid. I think
they will nerf a couple of stuff that is essential, like resilience a little bit, but they unlock every mod for everybody now. So you have all the mods available to use, and I think and I see it on the daily, people don't read. It's like right there, the mod is right there, and it said what it does, but they don't read it, so they never apply it. But you have, like, for example, Font of Might now. Everybody has that. You have certain mods you can buff your Font of Might with and do, like, so much more damage. Because day one raids, like, half of the time it's damage cap. People cannot get past certain bosses because they cannot get the damage done. War Priest, the day one Kingsfall, almost everybody was stuck. Why? You had to do it in 4 phases, and otherwise it was a wipe. And each time, like, this too short is too short. And now everybody has every mod. So if you have a gamer with you that's very inventive, like when I'm gonna build my team's whole thing. Like as I do this 7 days a week, as I know how damage numbers works in this video game, I will help them. And I bring people in that are very inventive as well. I don't have to help them. But still, I will look into their builds and they will look into mine, because we're a team now. We really got to make this happen. We have all the mods. So yeah. It's more accessible for everybody now. But if it's your first time as well. This is your first time, Marcus, right?
What?
The day one raid?
No.
Okay. But this is
like,
no.
This is
your second time.
Third.
But
yeah, this, like, the first time was just to throw together a team. Second was King's Fall. I had a group of friends that just messaged me and like, hey, you're coming with us right now before contest mode is gone.
Yeah. And now you
it was the weekend. Yeah, so I got to do it late, but we beat the first boss, and then we got to the second boss where you had to like stand at the bottom of the hills on the left and the right in the mix and switch 10 seconds. We didn't beat that.
Yeah.
But
All
then,
right.
you know, I ended up getting the first weekend clear. Or maybe it was the first day. I can't remember.
But
it
now
might have
you
been
have
the
a team.
first day.
Now you have.
But now
a team.
I have a real team, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really
prep
looking
yourself.
forward.
Now you have a good reason as well to prep yourself and your account, and talk with your team as well. Like you want to be mentally on the same mindset with everybody. So if you want to
Right.
do 24 hours, make sure that everybody is willing and ready to do this 24-hour thing or whatever it is. Like it's very important that your team is not going to break and end up in a way that people will even like feel a certain way to each other because of this day. You know.
Well,
Very
that's why
important.
we're rating like as much as we can together now
Yeah.
to try to get work through those feels. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Get everybody in the same level. The people that are with me are pretty much 5, 6 Bruins or 6 Egans or 6 Kid Wonders that are the other boys, for example. We're all the same guys. We all feel the same way and we all know what to do. So yeah, we'll be alright, you know. We'll be alright. I'm 100% sure with that, and that's important too.
It's time for my favorite part of the show, working class questions. Atrax? Oh my God, Nick has a button.
Working class question.
Oh yeah, that was way too loud for the start, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, we're in beta test.
Yeah.
What do you got,
Soundboard-
Atrax?
Soundboard beta test.
Quinn asks our very first question of the week. What is your favorite thing about Destiny?
That's a tough question.
I'll go last.
No, you and I should go first.
You and I should go first? Okay.
Yeah, because I know Marcus and Bruine are going to have a little bit more to
I'm
pontificate about.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your time. So for me, what I liked, one of my favorite things about Destiny is the crazy lore. Like, I'm obviously a big lore person. That's really important to me in the different games that I play, and just the media I consume. I like these really rich lore backgrounds. So like the crazy Destiny combination of like The Witcher or Lord of the Rings meets like space adventures. Like it's like I almost compared it to like it felt like Lord of the Rings, but in space, with like if all those like races sort of like became able to like grew up on their own planets and then like started conquering the galaxy, you know? So I think the lore is really cool. Plus I like a first person shooter. So that's probably the two things I like the most about Destiny.
There you go.
Atrax, what'd you think?
I'm very happy that the company that made Halo 3 and Halo 2 and Halo Combat Evolved has found a cash cow to keep them alive, because they made such great games in the past. And, you know, maybe they'll make great games again in the future. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm happy that Bungie is still alive as a company, and that is my favorite thing about Destiny that I am grateful for, that they have a game that they make a lot of money off of. And, yeah, it's good for I'm happy for their success. Good for you, Bungie.
That's funny.
My favorite thing about Destiny is the people. In SWTOR, like when the new content came out, they forced you to do it alone. And now when all the new content comes out, I do it with friends.
Yeah.
So it's 100% the people that I've met and the people I get to play with and the clan, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
with
great.
you on that. The favorite thing is for definitely the people. It's for everybody. So it's for young people like 15-year-olds all the way up until like, you name it, 70-year-olds. I've seen them play the video game, you know. So it's literally for everybody. And as all communities, are divided by toxicity as well a little bit, as well as Destiny. I must say, like, Destiny is keeping it up good. Like, you have so many great people. It's as Marcus said, like, that's crazy. That's crazy how many great people you have, and you meet too, just by like a video game that's, as Nick said, a Lord of the Rings in space, and you meet a lot of people, and it can really change your life. It changed mine, so It can change everybody's life.
Rigamorty asks, can you recommend a cheap but good must-have story Steam game? Fun/story Steam game, RPG or first-person shooter, mainly, but any genre. I have a couple addictive little games, but my gaming history is sparse beyond WoW, SWTOR, and Dragon Age Origins. So after some recommended must-haves that won't break the bank.
We talked about one earlier in the show. The Mass Effect trilogy. It's on sale for $15.
And I'm so happy that you brought that up, Nick, because I have to correct myself. It is EA's Lunar New Year sale going on until February 2nd. That's why so many great games. In addition to the ones I mentioned earlier, It Takes Two is on sale for $15. Really great co-op game.
That's a fun
Jedi
game.
Fallen Order, $5, and then they have some sort of Star Wars bundle, which comes with Fallen Order, Star Wars Squadrons, and Battlefront 2 for $15.
I'm going to go outside the box with my recommendation. This is my go-to recommendation for anybody who wants a cheap game. Castle Crashers.
That's a good
Castle
one.
Crashers is fun and simple. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a simple game. It's fun. You can play it single player. You can play it 4-player co-op. If you want to just play with your homies for a couple hours and just laugh and watch the most ridiculous shit ever, play Castle Crashers. It's an effortless game. And it's so much fucking fun. Bruine?
Yeah, he said RPG or shooter. Destiny is free. I mean, what you gonna do?
Boom.
Destiny is free to play. And if you like it, you have the option to expand yourself.
So I will say that's the one thing about Destiny I can tell you I don't like. When the new, at least World of Warcraft, I'm pretty sure if you buy the newest expansion, you get all the old expansions with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing about Destiny I don't like. Is if you're brand new, you come in, you're like, I'm going to play Lightfall. And then once you get through all the Lightfall stuff, and somebody's like, oh, we're going to go do Grasp of Avarice Dungeon. Oh, I can't. I don't have the 30th anniversary. Oh, I'm going to go do this. Oh, I can't. I don't have Beyond Light. And then you start looking at what the cost is for everything. And people are like, well, this is a fucking turnoff to me. I don't want to have to buy everything individually.
Yeah.
There should be just a one bundle price. Even if it's okay, current expansion, $50 or $100, whatever it is. All the old expansions, $30. Then that would be worth it. But they don't do that, so.
That's how they make money, brother.
It's a shitty mindset.
Yeah, it is. I'm totally with you. Dungeon keys are the worst things ever. $10 for a dungeon. What is this?
Yeah.
I want to go back into the day where we unlocked characters. You know what I'm saying? They were already it's just unlockable.
Yep.
Yep.
You paid your $60 and you got the entire game. I also want to throw out a story-rich game that you can find really, really cheap. It's called Soma. It's kind of a more horror-y style, but it is the best story game I have ever played. SOMA.
Really?
Soma. Best story, kind of short, but I will never not recommend that game. It's so good. The story is amazing.
Atrax, speaking of games that you should play, story rich, I want you to Google. It's called Her Story. It's $3.99 on Steam. I want you to play that game.
I feel like this is a troll or a setup.
Nope.
No, not at all. No, This is
Her Story.
A shockingly out of character non-troll from Marcus. No.
I feel like I've seen this before.
Dude, it's legit. I beat this game. It's fucking awesome.
This
You should be able to beat it in an hour.
It's made by the same people that made Immortality. That game was really fun.
Fellas?
Yeah.
Her
Story.
It's like a detective game. You watch.
Yeah, I don't even want to tell you anything about it.
It's one of those games where you watch footage and you have to figure out the
murder mystery
puzzle. Yeah, there's some sort of mystery.
Yeah.
There's this. What is this? Award-winning writer and director Sam Barlow makes these games. Immortality, Her Story, and Telling Lies. They're all kind of these footage games where you need to watch footage and figure out the differences, who's lying, who's not.
Right.
Ooh, I'm going to add this, Marcus. Good recommendation.
I'm going to buy this shit for you guys. Dude, this game is fucking awesome.
I think I played it. You remember Al, Marcus?
Yeah.
He recommended it for me, too. He's like, dude, this game's cool.
Also, the Stanley Parable. That's a good game,
too. Agreed.
All right, Nick?
Sophie asks, are you excited for Lightfall and the new build, crafting, and loadouts?
Can't wait.
No.
Literally. I'm ready. I'm always here. I'm ready. I'm super ready.
I can't wait for the expansion. I don't really care about build crafting and the loadouts. Like,
same.
Okay, so being able to save like my loadout so I don't have to like move armor around and just click a button. Okay, great. But that just means like I'm going to have to save a bunch of armor piece gear for different things. So it's just more vault space that you're going to need.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, well, one thing for me is very important. The way we have our seasonal stuff happen now, you have the roster where you can on a weekly basis unlock 1 or 2 pieces of the roster. And then whenever you do the weekly mission, you are immune to whatever it is. It gives you certain powers, right? But that's been around now for so long, so I really hope they are gonna update or the way we do our quest stuff now. Like, hey, do this, do this mission. So, for example, we have 52 quest steps, and in 1 week you can do 6 things. That's talking to the robot. You do an actual mission, and then you talk to the robot again, and you talk to another robot, and then come back next week. That's very dry. Like people that play this game, like within an hour, you're ready. And if I look back at Destiny 1, how we did our quest stuff there, I would love to see it get a little bit back into something like this. The way it now goes with for example, in the Helm, you have all these machines, the Queen of Sorrow and the pirate ship one, and now this one, it's pretty much all the same, reworked a little bit. So I would love to see them make that a little bit different. Yeah, that's important. And the raid, too. The raid needs to be good.
Yeah.
But, I'll believe in that.
Sophie also asked, do you prefer PvP or PvE?
PvE.
PvE, yeah. Me as well.
I'll play both. I came from a PvP background, so I played Call of Duty a lot, and that rolled into Destiny, and then that rolled into PvP. Did a lot of PvP, still love PvP. It's just what's inside of me, that just playing with a sniper and a handgun, love to do it, always love to do it. But then it came to a certain point that I felt like it made me toxic, at a certain level. And I had to just, the more you play, the better you get, the better players you have to play against. So you got to try even harder and harder. And I felt like the energy I was putting out towards that little small thing was competitive Destiny was way too much for me. So I said, you know what? Literally, fuck my KD. I don't care anymore. We're going to see what's going to happen. And since I don't care anymore, my KD went down dramatically, but I have way much more fun in PvP now. PvP will never be balanced. You can say whatever you want to say. It will never happen because it will just never happen. And if you want to win, you have to play the meta. But I want to play and have fun. So I don't care about the meta. I'll rather lose from the meta with my stuff that I want to play with and have some fun with instead of really putting on the Titan with the sight on ramparts and the no time to explain and that literally right now, so yeah. PvE is the way.
I'm very much with you because, especially on that toxicity note, because when your team is losing against PvE, it almost feels like it's like, all right, well, we need to work better as a team to overcome this obstacle because we clearly can. Right. Like, they wouldn't put it in here if we couldn't beat it, so we just need to work a little bit better. Whereas in PvP, it's it feels like a lot more individual focused almost, where you can feel like, wow, I'm letting down the entire team because these people are just more skilled than me, or they have the meta down better or something. It's not, it doesn't necessarily feel like, us as a team, we're doing something wrong. It's individually, I am doing something wrong, and now my entire team is being let down. Whereas in PvE, it's just, oh, well, okay, yeah, maybe you're not doing this, but I could also do this to help you do your job better. And, then everybody just comes together. And sometimes even if you don't beat the encounter, just, oh, wow, well, we got a lot farther than last time and we worked a lot better together as a team this time than last time. That's a lot more rewarding and you feel a lot better coming off a game like that, even if you lose, I think, in PvE.
And you gain more from it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And from PvP, there's nothing to gain anymore than just to feel like shit, like as you said, like or individually or just as a whole team,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not for everybody.
What is your favorite weapon in each slot? That's from Sony as well.
My favorite weapon in each slot. So we'll do PvP first because I've been playing PvP lately. Since there's nothing really anything to do, I'm just running around in PvP. So mainly, I really enjoy Ice Luna, the hand cannon. And I always run hand cannon sniper, so it would be like Ice Luna Cloud Strike or Ice Luna with 1,000-yard stare. Those two weapons came from Destiny 1 originally. And Thorn is nice too. I like my little Thorn too. PvE. If you have a Wither Horde, you can play half of this video game. It's super nice. It's super free. Wither Horde is the way to go. It has Unstoppable now, 2 weekend clears there. I love Wither Horde. It's great. It's great to bring. And Funnel Web Submachine Gun Void from Witch Queen. I don't know what it is, but I have nothing with submachine guns, but with the Funnel Web, for some reason, I have anything. It's beautiful. It shoots nice. It's a great weapon. And in my heavy slot, you will 9 out of 10 times find a sword. Aegis Edge, Sword 2, I like movement. I'm a guy who wants to move fast. So with Aegis Edge, you can also move very fast. You can stasis jump. So that's a new little thing you can do now. You can wall-lock jump, stasis jump with Aegis Edge and, like, I don't know, create crazy distances within a very short time. It's very cool to do too. So those 3 weapons you will always find with me. Wither Horde, Funnel Weapon, Sword.
So my go-to loadout, no matter what I do, is always Osteostriga as my first gun. My second gun is the Cartesian Coordinate. And my third gun, if I'm doing whatever I want, it's the Commemoration machine gun from Deepstone Crypt. I fucking love that machine gun. I actually love machine guns, and they got a buff this season. I love them. Obviously in some raids, you're not bringing a machine gun. But whenever I'm doing just standard issue PvE content, I always have a machine gun.
That is awesome.
All right.
A regular Rambo over here. What's your favorite? Sorry, go ahead, Marcus.
No, go ahead, Nick.
What is your favorite exotic armor piece?
I'll go first. It's Curus of the Fallen Star for a Titan. Because when you thunder crash and you're basically a big bolt of lightning, it increases the damage that super does by like 35%.
Well, that's exciting.
Like, you can't get a better exotic piece of that. Like, the boost of damage wearing that is crazy.
Agree. When I use Titan Thunder Crash, that's the way to go. 100%, Marcus. For me, I main Hunter. So, and as I said, I like movement.
That's class.
So Stompies are the way to go. Like, even in PvE. Okay, so Star Eater scales are very good too. Let me say that. When I want to do damage, I'm the guy who will hot swap. So I will begin on Aeons. When I finish certain enemies, they will leave heavy. And just before we do damage, I'm gonna swap to another exotic. So say like Star Eater scales for more damage. And then when we are moving around again, I just put Stompies on. But Stompies are my favorite, 100%. Like, Stompies are the way to go.
You just brought up a very interesting thing, Bruine, and now I have to ask. So
yes.
you're a movement player,
Movement is key.
And Hunter is your favorite class. Would you say that Hunter then is the best movement class?
Maybe yes, but not like by a big margin or something. But maybe by like a little tiny bit margin. And I'm looking at PvP side more now.
Yeah.
Because in PvE, like when you look at VOW jumping puzzle, for example, very simple thing. Like all three characters have very like a warlock is a helicopter by itself. Then the Titan has an exotic called
The greatest
Lion
jump
Ramparts.
ever.
It will bring you everywhere, and for stompies for hunters. But the air directional control on hunters makes it a little bit more chill when you are like new. It's very easy to when you fall down to hop back up, and when you fall down with a strafe character, you just go down. It's over.
You're just gone. Yep.
And you can always save yourself a little bit with that puff jump. So yeah, that's why I think hunter jump may be a little bit better, but not by a big margin. No.
I understand. So self-aware gambling addict asks,
Which is Obi
asks, what Festival of the Lost Armors are you voting for class-wise?
So Nick and Atrax in the chat in Riverside, I put the link. If you want to go and scroll down, you'll see the two different. So every year for Festival of the Lost, basically Halloween, they come out with a Halloween-y armor.
Okay.
And these are the two armors this year. So one's a spider.
Easy. Yeah, this
the
is
spider
easy for
or the
me.
beetle.
Spider,
it's,
hands down.
Where can I see
the
this?
spider does look pretty cool.
In the chat on the right?
Oh, here.
We
Okay,
have to
wait.
click the tab.
Yeah.
These are the new armors that we're going to vote on. So basically, they're going to send us an email if you're registered at Bungie.net, and you're going to be able to pick which one you like better, and then they are going to produce those for the game in October.
That's cool. See, for me, I don't like the color green, and I really hate spiders. So I actually like the beetle better. But I also think that armor's cooler with like the horns and stuff.
Yeah, see, like I like the beetle, I like the Titan armor, and the warlock. I don't like the middle one, which is the hunter. But the hunter above on the spider looks awesome.
Yeah, like the middle one is the hunter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The hunter on the bottom is giving me like, I don't know, vagina vibes, kind of, with like the horns, like the clip,
Vagina vibes.
It's the headpiece mostly. The rest
bottom
is
I see
one
what
is
you mean.
what was the bottom one?
The beetle.
The beetle.
Bottom. Beetle one. Yep.
Wow, I'm
But
alone
the Titan
here.
spider, but the Titan spider looks legit.
They look cool. The
Yeah,
other set looks
they
cool
both
too.
look cool.
But if I have to choose, I'll choose Beetle.
I'm with you. All right. So Doritos asks, what's your favorite burger topping? This is real easy for me.
Oh, me too.
Well, I know what you're going to say.
You go first.
Go ahead,
Fox.
everybody.
For me, this might be a surprise, but I'm going to say sauteed onions. That's my favorite. If I had to pick one, I was thinking about this earlier when I read it. I was like, okay, it's either cheese or sauteed onions. And I'm like, if I could only have one of those on a burger, which would I want more? And I'm like, yeah, I think it's sauteed onions. I think I'd be a happier camper with the sauteed onions versus like cheese and to make it a cheeseburger. But go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like cheese just comes standard. Because you order a cheeseburger, just a plain cheeseburger with nothing on it, you just get a burger and cheese, right? I guess the question was burger. I thought cheese was a given.
All right. Well, then, let's say outside of cheese then.
Ooh.
I thought Marcus was going to
It's
say
going to
cheese.
make it hard.
No, actually, nope. I was going to say ketchup every time.
Ketchup
Like-
is standard
Like,
issue,
I don't give a fuck if there's cheese on it or just a burger. If you're just slap some, I'm more of like a little bougie. I like a little ketchup and mustard, but like go to burger, you throw ketchup on it. I don't care what it's in. It's going to taste delicious.
Yeah, that's true. Ketchup.
Yeah, I would have to say ketchup.
Did you just
too.
fold a football? Tell me you just folded a football.
No, that was
This
Yeah,
is
the
a
paper
little-
football.
This is a little filter for the 420 bottle.
Oh.
yeah. You didn't see him do that earlier?
Yeah, look.
Did you roll that by hand, by the way? Because that was impressive.
Yeah, you want to see?
That came out perfect.
Nice.
It's the art of rolling. All right, I'll bring you to an adventure since we roll European style. You call it. We roll this with tobacco actually. While people from the US smoke.
We call that a
blunts.
spliff.
Yeah, we call
spliff,
y'all
yeah.
call it spliff. Yes, we just call that joint pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what this is, fellas?
Yeah.
Rice paper? Yeah, it's a drawing
Yes,
paper.
very good. Which color is this?
I think brown. I can't tell in your lighting.
My Twitch
Is it
name
white?
is this product right here.
Oh.
Bruine Vloei. This, if you Google my Twitch name, you'll find this item on Google.
That's funny. Smoking
Yeah.
On
brownies.
Amazon.
Yeah,
I bet
everywhere.
you
That's
can
great.
buy those on Amazon.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Last question. Sorry.
all right, I'll do it. So Doritos asks, beach vacation or mountain vacation?
I'm a beach guy every time. Definitely like the tropical summer beach vibes.
Well,
Wherever there's
I'm a summer
better
guy
internet.
too. But you have good summer times in mountain areas too, right? So
Yeah,
very
it's just
hot.
different.
It's very hot.
I have two answers.
I think I would go for the beach. But I must say, like, when you choose mountain area, 9 out of 10 times you can choose it's hot, it's beautiful, but you can also do like snowboarding and skiing and stuff on mountain area with snow. Very good vibes too. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the sun is the most important. Like,
Totally agree.
yeah.
Yeah, if I'm choosing between like camping in the forest or laying out on the beach, I'm definitely picking the beach. But if it's just you'd rather be on the beach or you'd rather be in the mountains, I'm fine wherever. For me, a vacation is playing video games anywhere other than my house.
So
Good.
I'm gonna say both. So if I am with my kids, the beach.
Okay.
If I am solo, bring me into the middle of the fucking woods and let me just be there. Like, I love like going out and camping in a tent,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
but camping in the woods to me is relaxing, and my kids are wild. So like the beach, if I have the kids, the beach. If I don't, that.
I get you.
Anyways, everybody who submits questions every week, thank you so much. You guys make this show what it is.
Yeah.
Bruine,
If you
tell
have-
everybody. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you have any questions, ask them in the Discord under the working class question section.
We do, and we will read it out every single week.
Every week.
Bruine, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, mainly on Twitch, brother, doing this whole Destiny 2 thing. 7 days a week. Mondays we take it easy. Sundays we have chill days as well. But mainly everybody can always find me there, ask me stuff there. I own a Discord too, the Bruine family. Everybody is welcome there. You can find all the info on my Twitch page. And if you see me on Twitter, like everything is the same. You'll find me on every social platform and you can all follow me there. And yeah, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Discord is the place to be. I'm telling everybody.
And it's twitch.tv/BRUINEVLOEI.
Exact.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.